Hi, and welcome to Three Questions With. Got my friend Electra with us this morning. Hey, Electra, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. So I actually come on the show today because I want to talk about peer advisory groups. So can you tell us why a business owner would consider joining a peer advisory group?
Well, as many and you included, Kevin, is being a business owner, there's many fabulous things about it. Your autonomy, you're on a mission, and yet it is hard on so many levels. One of the first things I hear is how alone the business owner feels in the process. Who can I talk to my business about? And how exhilarating it is to talk to someone in which this is the focus. So that's one. Don't feel so alone. Two is, we all have our strengths, but we all have our blind spots. And when you start to meet with people who get to understand you and your business, they also see these blind spots and they're going to help you. They're going to help you see things that you won't. So as smart as you are, as much as your technical expertise is wonderful, there are things that are blind spots, and this is going to and it's a weakness. So we're going to take care of that by helping you see what you don't see. And three, going it alone, trying to have all the ideas be something that you alone generate and craft and hone is hard work. And so being able to talk and have a really meaningful dialogue about things that are strategically important for your business and get feedback from people who have tried and messed it up and learned a ton in the process and tried and succeeded and can tell you why it succeeded saves you a lot of hit and misses. And so you can travel so much more with so much more clarity and so much assurity that you're on a path to success and you have the ingredients to make it happen.
That made me laugh because I know I've done that where someone will be talking to you and you just smile like, what's so funny, Kev? Like, Alexa, I remember when I thought that was a good idea too. And this is what I did. Maybe you're going to do it differently, but I tried that too. Here's where I hit the wall. Let's talk about it. Maybe you have a way around that wall, but
exactly.
People talk about now, well, I'm going to do this. And I'm like, I hope it works, but I can tell you I tried and it didn't. But like you said, it's hard. It's lonely. Because I remember when I started my business, I was questioning something about marketing and you're like, there's nobody here to talk to. It's just me, So you're reaching out to friends who you view as being successful. But sometimes it's hard to open up. You're like, well, I don't want, especially if it's a client. In my case, it's often a client. Yep. I don't want them thinking, oh, is he struggling? Because I'm asking those questions. So to be in a group like that where people with similar experiences help us, just essential to your success.
And a part of what I'm doing is I'm creating a safe environment. And that means a couple of things. One, there's no competitor in the room. There's no client in the room. Very intentionally.
Yes.
And we all have an agreement amongst us on how is it that we engage. These are the rules that we're going to follow. Like humor is a wonderful thing, but a sarcastic humor may actually shut people down. Absolutely. So we're going to be very clear on what helps to make it a safe environment and really see that we all play by these rules, because the reality is having a place that you can go in and be vulnerable about what's really bothering you, hurting you, worrying you, without fear that I'm not going to look bad. This is not my best foot forward. You need a place where you can be that vulnerable, because that's where the great stuff happens.
Absolutely. So walk us through what happens at a typical meeting.
So we meet monthly. And the typical meeting is about 4 hours long. So we'll start off by sharing what's happened in the past month. Let's give a quick business update. Everyone in the room starts to really understand the rhythms of each other's business. And also, we've got goals that we've set for each other. We've made a commitment for action from the last meeting. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to follow up on what's happening, on the goals that you've set for yourself this year, this quarter, and what's getting in the way. And then also, last month, you made a commitment for action. Let's hear about how that went. We
Accountability
need,
is huge.
yes. Oh, let me tell you, it's not sexy. Very important though.
Yep.
We may have a topic that we want to drill into. Say a number of the folks in the room are looking to rebrand. We may bring in someone who specializes in branding and have a conversation there. We definitely protect a big segment of the meeting for the roundtable discussion. And that's where everyone gets a chance to talk about an important strategic topic for their business. And we ask everyone to first, one, prepare, get ready. Tell us why this is important. What outcome are you seeking? How can we help you? We ask everyone to first ask questions. Don't just jump in and advising. Let's really make sure we understand. And this is harder to do in practice because everyone is very quick to say, hey, you should buy. And then once we've had that good discussion, let's then advise. And then once you've had a chance to take it all in, you say, okay, after everything I've heard and what I'm thinking, here's what I'm going to do next. And that's your 30-day commitment. Next 30 days, you're going to take an action on what you just committed to. So that's pretty much the framework.
What type of issues come up at meetings like this?
It can be broad, but it can be as, okay, for my financial goal this year, I need to double the amount of business I'm doing with my existing client. Here's my plan of attack. What am I missing?
Nice.
Help me think that through. It can be, I have a really problem employee. They do great over here, and yet they cause such pain for their team members. How do I manage this? Sometimes it's a partnership that there are challenges there. What started off very harmoniously has shifted. We're not moving in the same direction anymore. Can this partnership be saved? And sometimes it's like, I am so over my head. Every time management thing that I do has not worked. I am so busy doing stuff, and yet there's still so many important things that I don't get to. What are you guys doing? So it can be very practical. It can be very weighty. It can be, I got an offer to sell my business. I need to talk this through with somebody. It can be of different dimensions, but there are important topics to what it is to not only be successful in what you're doing, but also how do you be happy? How do you enjoy your life while you're running this business? Because that really matters too. Absolutely
does. And a lot of us forget that. We get so caught up in, hey, I got to work around the clock to make this work. And or even when not, they were so stressed over, gee, how am I making payroll this week? Or what if I lose that big customer? There's a lot of things to keep you up at night, that's for sure. So Electra, what's the best way for people to reach out to you? How can I learn more?
Best place to reach out to me is, you can certainly find me on my website, which is the Alternative Board, and we can absolutely post what it is. It's the Alternative Board at Tab Boston Northwest. You can email me at electra@tabbostonnorthwest.com, and I'm on LinkedIn. I'd love to see you there. Feel free to connect with me. But I want to mention that on Tuesdays, like every other Tuesday, so if you're curious about this, curious about what this experience is, every other Tuesday, we host a 2-hour version for people who just kind of want to try this out. And it is, we may have a topic, hiring in this market, for example. What are some great sales tactics around, a one meeting close as for example of topics, but then we'll move into a roundtable. And the comment I get consistently is, okay, so I don't know any of these people in here. People start off very doubtful, like, how is someone going to really be able to offer something to me? Because you don't know anything about my business. A good 95% of the time, someone's top takeaway from the meeting is, I am so surprised by how much value that I got and what I learned from other people's topics. Because, oh, by the way, I have that challenge too.
Yep.
So, it's a great structure for having these conversations, and the value is there. The value is absolutely there, even only after 2 hours.
Awesome, Electra. I really appreciate you taking a couple minutes to call into the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thanks so much.